high school in this area that they're all with just trafficking themselves.
You got to talk about guys, because 25% of the people trafficked in our state are men.
Are being like trafficking other men?
No, it's like, so it could be moms trafficking their sons. It could be, you know, women trafficking men. That just because you in the gang and you a lady don't mean you're not the one that's doing in power.
Yeah.
And so this week, 2 years ago on Main Street, Lexington, they found a 16-year-old female being trafficked, and a 21-year-old male was also arrested for prostitution. But someone was also arrested in the same sting or whatever with the same last name as him, Caucasian female in the 50s, Caucasian male in the 20s. And the lady that was in the 50s was having the same last name as the young man. And she got arrested for prostitution, drug possession, and paraphernalia. And he got arrested for prostitution. And an educated guest would tell me that's the mom, using drugs to control her son.
But how could I'm trying to take care of some other business on this phone to y'all, excuse me. Not being rude, but how could a parent traffic their child? Like,
because they got their own addictions
all the time, all the time.
It's generational, and they can't give away something they don't have, and so they got their own addictions and their own proclivities towards evil, and nobody had come along and told them any different, and they find themselves doing something they didn't plan on doing. Nobody planned on growing up and being sold. Nobody planned on growing up and paying for sex, and nobody planned on growing up selling their own kid, but it just finds its way there.
Wow. Chandra, so talk about maybe how is it true that victims come from low income or poor backgrounds? Is that true?
No, that is not true.
Right.
That's another one of those myths that everybody else think, oh, we're safe. That wouldn't be my child. We don't have that kind of reason. Oh yeah. We go to a better school than that. Right. We don't hang around people like that. Yeah. When really it's your next door neighbor.
In your
living room. It's the deacon in your church.
Yes.
It's the coach that you're sending her to every single day. It's a lot of myths that are circulating about sex trafficking, whether the girl's being sex trafficked or she's being fast, or it can't happen here because we live in this upscale community. One of my girlfriends who live in Atlanta, she lives in a gated community. I was telling her about sex trafficking 2 years ago, and she was like, oh gosh, I'm so glad that I have her daughter, I'm not going to say her name, here, and we don't have that to deal with, because she comes home and we do this and we do that. Exactly 3 days later, what comes on the CNN News but a trafficking mansion with several black dresses and red bottom shoes that a girl got away in the middle of the night saying that she was being trafficked, and they go in there and see a whole wall to wall of black dresses and red bottom shoes, and it's right next door to my friend's house.
Wow. Now, is there a reason why the dresses are black or the shoes are red? I know the red bottoms.
I don't know what their cause or why they had that uniformity of the women who had that, but the girl who ran away, that's exactly what she was in. And when they went in there, you can look up the story on the internet. They have wall-to-wall black dresses and red bottom black shoes for the girls to put on.
It could just be signature. Like it's no different than a branding or a tattoo. You belong.
Yeah. I guess working for a company, like it's uniform.
Basically.
Right. That's it.
Wow. All right. So I basically asked you about the background, low income, then I may come to you again about grooming.
Yeah.
That's my girl, Isabel Davis. Jesus, we love you on the Jamal Bake Show. Having a heavy show today, fam. No power forward for today. We're taking care of some much needed business. I was telling the ladies in the studio with me earlier how so many people sent me a video of a good friend, Reverend Andre Barnes, how he came in contact with someone at a gas station who may have been trying to, take a young lady or whatever. So many people sent me that video. So many news shows are talking about sex trafficking and human trafficking. So I thought it was only right for us, being a part of the church community, that we talk about it. Because it happens, in our communities.
It does.
Chandra, talk about, speaking of communities, is it true that this only happens in low income or poor background communities in our state or across the United States or what?
No, it is not true.
Okay.
It happens any and everywhere. That's where we back things up in a corner when we try to pinpoint where it happens, where everybody else is looking somewhere else.
Right.
No, it happens in your church. It happens at your school. It happens very next door to you. It can happen anywhere. So that's why we all need to be alert, just as Reverend Barnes was when he was just saying she just needed to be alert. He saw two men, one in different position, and he was just making an awareness issue. Not saying that those guys was actually sex trafficking, but it could have been an incident of sex trafficking. So our awareness is so key right now, in every move that you make, and even at your job. You know, we didn't bring this up earlier, but a lot of girls said things like they would see someone in your job, a coworker, doing some suspicious stuff when you pass their desk and look on their computer, and they're like, those are things you need to make someone aware of.
Right.
Wow.
When you see things like that, you're like, I couldn't really make it out, but it didn't look right.
But tell somebody.
You need to tell somebody. And that's what we say, and that's what they say in Polaris. If you see something, whether you're wrong or not, say something. We don't care. It's better to be safe than sorry.
Because you could be saving someone's life.
Exactly. Exactly. So, you know, a lot of people who may get mad about something, just understand the heightenedness of awareness. It's not on you. This is not personal attack on you. This is awareness that everybody needs to have. And our men, we need to step up to the mic. I need y'all to step up to the mic and help and take care and get educated yourself, so you know how to protect your queen, your children, your princess. We need you. We need men involved in this.
Wives, all those people.
All of those people.
Yes. Jan, let's kind of switch gears a little bit and talk about, you know, the church. It's kind of it's kind of like one of those topics where, you know, we really don't want to talk about. But it could happen here in the church.
I mean,
it could happen.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately,
there's been cases, you know, coming out of Greenville within the last several years about trafficking in the church. You can find it online where people in Ohio were pastors trafficking people, and in Florida. When I was growing up in the private school that I went to, a Christian private school, there was exploitation going on, and it was kept, you know, under wraps, and nothing, you know, there's a verse in the Bible that says the truth will set you free, right?
Right.
So you're not going to get free from an evil trade of slavery and modern day trafficking unless you address it and bring it out into the light. All darkness is the absence of light. And so it's not going to go away until we talk about it, and then not just talk about it, but move forward with the steps that we've talked about and bring it forward and bring it to a point where we've got sexual integrity in our relationships and accountability in the church, among the men and among the ladies, and not these assumptions that, oh, her dress was too short, that's why that happened, or this idea that my son looked at pornography and I just need to slam him and keep him home. And you got to keep an open dialogue, and you got to affirm to him, hey, I'm really proud of you for telling me that happened. I'm sorry that happened. Let me tell you about how you felt was natural, but it's out of context and you're too young. And we got to keep that line of communication open, because Jesus came with grace and with truth, and he has justice and mercy. You know, he has both.
Yeah, and Chandra, you again, you're a private investigator. You work with a number of victims, and maybe even those who prey on the victims. Could it be, you know, unfortunately, I'm a minister, so I'm not talking about, let me put this out there as well. We're not bashing the church. We're not bashing pastors, ministers. I love my church. I love my pastor. I'm a youth minister at my church. But could it be, you know, a pastor? Could it be a deacon? Could it be a trustee? Could it
be a police officer? As we have seen. It can be anyone. So don't put anybody on a pedestal. You know, we have to know that image or that person who you so-called like is displaying that likeness because they want you to trust them. And that trust can be used against you. But you have to be able to say when something doesn't seem right. You know, women have this intuition, and kids have an intuition too. Babies, dogs, kids.
Everybody has intuition.
I don't think I like her.
There's a reason.
So there's a reason. So if you are a child and you're feeling some kind of way about the kind of communication you're having with another adult, talk to someone, we're going to believe you.
Wow.
We're going to believe you.
Wow. 939. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And that's where those who are involved in the church, the youth, and those they have to have a safe place to go. And if you are talking about the topic and you are giving them that place that they can have an outlet and feel safe, that's because we need to talk about these topics while we're in church.
Yeah. That's good. 939-9010, 939-9010, or 1-888-953-9830. Give us a call. And it's so many numbers, man. I'm telling you, somebody's going through my head right now. But 939-9010 or 1-888-953-9830. Give us a call if you have a question about human trafficking, sex trafficking. Maybe your child hasn't been home in days or weeks and months, and your child is missing. You have questions. We won't put you on the air. We'll take your question and comment off the air, but we want you to get help. That's why they're here today. That's why we're having the show, so that you can be informed and educated. So give us a call and check us out right now on Facebook Live as well.
So I want to let you know too, yes,